guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad that you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, go and subscribe right now. You guys know what this video is going to be about. It is about something that us girls obsess with all the time. It's about books. In one of my videos, I posted this little clip of my bookshelf and I got so many messages on Instagram, and girls mostly, they were like, are you a reader? Do you read? What kind of books you like? And all that. So I decided that I wanted to film a video about it, and it was on my list pehle se hi. Today I'm going to rate the most hyped up books. My Instagram feed is crazy for books, and wherever I see these bookstagram posts and these romance novels and their quotes and their women obsessing over book boyfriends and all that, and I just could not help myself but read those books, but for no reason. And if somebody told me before I started reading these books that these are not worth the hype, I would have saved a lot of money and time and energy. So I just decided that I'm going to review the most hyped up books that I have read till now, and I hope that helps you girlies decide what you want to read and what you don't want. When I was in, I think, 7th or 8th standard, my school library had these books and English novels and all. I just liked reading generally. I didn't know to what horizon these things expand to, but I just liked reading. So I used to just pick any book that looked good to me and I started reading it. I read a few, maybe 2 or 3 novels back then, and then I stopped. I got busy with studies and all, and I stopped it entirely. And then recently, my Instagram feed was going crazy by this one book that you guys know what I'm talking about, right? I don't even think I need to name it right here. You guys already know what I'm talking about. It Ends With Us. Like, girls were going all crazy over that book and the guy, Atlas Corrigan, and I was like, I need to read it. Like, it just, I got into that peer pressure that I need to read it, and I just couldn't help myself. So I got that one book, I read it. That was the point which made me read again. In these few months, I've read quite a lot of books, but I'm just going to review the ones which are quite hype. Even if you haven't read these books, you know them by name for sure. So I think this video is going to be helpful. I'm going to rate these books and tell you a little bit about each one of them without any spoilers, so that you guys can get an idea of what it is. Now, I said that these are all romance books, but there are different kinds of romance books, obviously. There is this section of rom-coms, and there is this section of, I don't know what to call it. I don't know, what should I call it? Like dark, steamy romance, if you know. Yeah. The first book I read, as I told you guys, was It Ends With Us, and you're going to see these fonts in the mirror image because obviously you know why. Just just brush that thing off. This was the first book, It Ends With Us. You guys know all about it. Probably I don't even have to review this. The author is Colleen Hoover, and I've seen so many girls going crazy over this author and so many girls hating on this author, and I think both of that section of people are justified, kind of, because I myself have totally mixed emotions on this book. So let me just tell you what it is about. It is about this girl who falls into a love triangle with these two guys. One of them is from her past, you guys know who, and one of them is her current boyfriend. And when she's trying to build a happy life with her present, her past guy comes into the picture, and then it gets messy. A lot of things happen in between, and this book has a storyline of its own, so I wouldn't call it just a romance novel. It has a little bit of tragedy sort of thing going on. When I first got it, I had a lot of expectations, and because this was my first book, naturally I loved it. At that time, I hadn't read a lot of books at that time, so I didn't know what to compare it with. So I just felt like it was the greatest book of all times. But now that I've read other books, I know what I like and what I don't. I honestly don't find it that worthy of my time, to be honest. A good one-time read, but It's not my type because I'm more into rom-com because I read to be happy, I read to divert my mind from things that are stressing me out. So I need some peace, calmness from my book, some happy little moments. I don't need trauma into my life. I have enough of it. So this is not my type, and I don't even think I'm going to read it again. But that's my personal opinion because I don't like these kind of books. But for girls who like reading books which has more than romance, then you guys might like this one. And if I had to rate this one out of 5, I think I would give it 3.5 maybe, or 3, I don't know, something like that. Yeah. Next comes It Starts With Us. This is a sequel of It Ends With Us, and it's the story of the same girl and one of those guys. You guys again know who. And this one is actually cuter. It has less trauma, tragedy, and more of cute and little moments. I think this is made so that the girl can get what she deserves, truly. And that is all about this book. It doesn't have a lot of things going on in it. It just has these cute, nice moments of their lives. And I think that's it about it. I would rate this a 4. Now listen to me carefully. I would rate this book a 4. But if you ask me which one is better, I would definitely say It Ends With Us is better because it is the original story. Obviously it's going to be better. If you're just reading this one directly, then it's not even going to make a lot of sense to you. So this one is better than It Starts With Us, but this one is less tragic and less traumatic. So that is why I gave it a 4. That's all. But these two books were making my Instagram feed go crazy, and I don't even think this lot deserves the hype. So I would also like to give you a little bit of disclaimer about this book, but that is going to be in the end of the video because in case you guys don't want even a little bit of spoiler, then skip that part. If you can manage with just a little bit of spoiler, then you guys should definitely check that. Next book that I read was Ugly Love, and this is from the same author. And oh my god, I am never going to read this book again. It's so toxic. You guys just don't read it if your mental health isn't right. This is not the book for you. Oh my god, this book is the most toxic book I've ever read in my entire life. Like, bro, what is even going on? There are so many things which are wrong in this book, and that just makes you question your decision to read it. Like, I will never read this again. I will probably, I don't know, donate this book or maybe sell it. I don't know, because I know for sure that I'm never going to read this book again. However, when I first read it, I was not that impressed, but I was okay with it. I did not like, I didn't hate it as such, but now I have started to understand what I like and what I don't again. I know that I'm never going to try this one again because it is super, super toxic. And if you guys are not into that stuff, you should definitely skip this one. I would rate it a 2. And that too because I'm being generous. I feel bad when I rate something 1. So I'm gonna give it a 2. Next book is Reminders of Him. It is from the same author again. But after Ugly Love, I thought that she writes trauma and tragic and all this only. Even though this is not a very much happy book, like it has a lot of things going on, a lot of traumatic events and everything in this. But I tell you, this book is actually worth the hype. This is a really nice book. Somebody gifted this to me on my birthday, and when I first started reading it, I have this weird habit of just flipping my books like this and getting a little bit of sneak peeks. And I did that, and wherever I saw this whole thing of a mother trying to find her daughter. This book is about that, a mother trying to find her daughter, but it is a love story because she finds love on the way. Wherever I saw this thing that the girl is finding her daughter and that's it. So I thought that this is going to be a book like that, and I was not into that at all. I still am not. I like reading romance novels, and I thought this is not about romance at all. Like, why would I even complete it? But then I found out what a good book this is. I would definitely rate this 4 out of 5 because I really liked it. And even though it has sort of painful things going on, but you can really relate with her pain and you can really understand everything that's going on. You can feel it. That is, I think, the most amazing thing a book can have. So I would definitely rate this 4 out of 5, and that is quite genuine. Okay, so we're done with the Colleen Hoover, whatever her name is, lot. Now we are into my favorite section, the rom-coms. I read these 4 books and I was so over this author. I was like, I'm not reading any more of her books. I need something new, maybe something cute. And I went for The Love Hypothesis. And oh my god, this is such a cute book. Like, I fell in love with it. It's so cute, you guys. Everything about this book from the cover. Just look at this cover, it's so cute. And everything about this is so cute. The author is Ali Hazelwood. I don't even know how to pronounce that, to be honest. This book made me realize my love for rom-coms. I was reading all that stuff till now. I thought that that is how it's supposed to be. That is how books are supposed to be. I didn't read any rom-com till that. This was my first romantic comedy, and I'm so glad that I found this one because I loved it. I genuinely loved it. Out of these 5 books, this is definitely my favorite. And I would even rate it 5 out of 5 because this was really amazing. And this is about STEM romance, and this is girl, she's doing her PhD, and she falls into this agreement of fake dating with her professor, which is kind of, you know, professor freaking with her freaking professor. And also grumpy and sunshine trope, what do you call it, whatever. This is based in college and college setting, and I kind of like that kind of book. So yeah, I definitely loved it, and I would give it 5 on 5. Next book I read was from the same author again. It's called Love on the Brain. And this book is again very cute. And after the Love Hypothesis, I was quite sure that I really like rom-coms. So I got this one and it lived up to the expectations. This book is really good. The guy has green eyes, for God's sake. Just look at him. She has pink hair and she keeps doing these weird things, but it's quite cute too. And I think this one is also based on academic setting, enemies to lovers romance, but they were not enemying, you know what I mean, like they were not proper enemies. There is inside story going on. But yeah, I really like this book as well, and I would definitely rate it 4.5 out of 5. Next is, oh my god, The Spanish Love Deception. Oh my god, this book was so good. Like, I fell in love with this guy. He's my book boyfriend. Like, I love him. I absolutely love him. This guy, Aaron Blackford, I live for him. I live for him. He has all my heart. Like, I absolutely love him. This is one amazing book. Like, if you told me to read it today again, I finished this recently in, I don't know, 2 months or 1 month ago. And if you asked me to read it all over again, I would do it. I love it so much. This is so amazing. I would even rate it 6 out of 5 because I absolutely love it. Basically, this is about a setting where this girl has to go to a wedding and she needs a date and she doesn't have a date. So they make this agreement sort of thing that we're gonna pretend to be together, fake dating thing again. And but they are actually enemies before. Like, they were enemying more than Love on the Brain because they had these heated moments, and then they decide to help each other in their respective date scenarios. And I'll just tell you, I love the books which have this wedding sequence going on, like not the wedding of the lead obviously, but someone's, like relatives or somebody's wedding is going on and they have to live there for a few days. I love these kind of books and movies. So it has this whole sequence of a wedding thingy going on, and I absolutely loved it. And also, this guy was so amazing. Like, I cannot stretch this enough. This guy is so amazing. You guys need to read this. Like, this is a must read if you are into reading. This is so amazing. Okay, now I don't even know how to I don't even have the words for next Lord. Romantic comedies are all done. Now we get into some dark and steamy romance, which brings the next lot of books. You guys probably know which lot I'm talking about. It is the Twisted series, and you guys know how crazy girls are for this whole series. So once I was done with my rom-com addiction, I decided that I wanted to read these under peer pressure again. So I ordered the series of three. Actually, this is a series of four, and this is about four best friends and their individual love stories. I ordered the pack of three because I'm stupid, so now I have to get the fourth one individually, but it's okay. I haven't finished these yet. So the first book of the series is Twisted Love. It is a story about this sunshine and bubbly and cutie girl. Her name is Ava, and this grumpy and cold and guy and rich and crazy guy, Alex Volkov. And this is their love story. I would say that this was a really nice book, and this was such a good first book of the series that it made me want to read ahead on the rest of the books. And yes, I really liked it, but there were moments where I felt like I was not really falling in love with the guy. He looks good and everything, but no, like he did do some stuff which is unacceptable. You know how these things fold out at the end, right? But if you asked me to rate this one a month ago, I would say 5 on 5. I still like it very much. It is a very good book. But then I read the second book, which is Twisted Games. And oh my, did it change everything. I fell in love with this guy. He is absolutely amazing. Like, he is such an amazing guy. I would kill for him. His name is RHYS, and when I first started reading this book, I thought his name is Rice Larsen. But then I saw Instagram post and everything where girls are like, he's not Rice, he's Reese. He's Reese Larson. Okay, bro, got it. It doesn't make any sense to me because Rice sounds better. I don't know. Rice Larson sounds better than Reese Larson. What kind of name is Reese anyway? But whatever, I have a special place in my heart for Rice Larson. But you guys, if you want to call him Reese, you should call him Reese. He is the love of my life. I would kill to see him once in my life because he's so freaking amazing, and he absolutely has my heart. Oh my god, this book also has this royal setup. Like, the girl is the princess of a kingdom called Eldora, and later on circumstances led her to be the queen of that kingdom, and the guy was her bodyguard. Like, it was so freaking crazy. You can never, like, I could not predict the ending till the last page. It was so unpredictable. Like, anything could happen. I just kept thinking that how is this going to end up good for both of them, because he's her bodyguard and everything, literally everything was against them and they could not be together. But then things led to things, and you'll find out what happened. But yeah, I absolutely love this book, and I would say this was a lot better from Twisted Love, because that was a good book too, but he did hurt her a lot of times in that book. But in this book, this guy never left her side even for once, and he loved her so purely, and he was just amazing in all senses. So I love this one. Like, if I had to read one of these books again, I would definitely pick this one right now. Coming to the third book, Twisted Hate. You guys know by the name, it is again enemies to lovers. These two are actual enemies. These are not like those kind of enemies which have a hidden thingy going on, but these two actually hate each other in the beginning. And but honestly, I haven't even finished this book. I'm kind of in the middle, so I cannot really rate it right now, but I know that this is going to be good because I've read those two books and they were absolutely amazing. So I'm waiting to finish this one, and after this I'm going to get Twisted Lies, because I believe that is supposed to be amazing as well. These are all the books that I had to review today. I'm definitely going to make a part 2 of this because there are so many books that I haven't read, and I'm gonna read them and I'm gonna review them for you all. if you ask me my favorite one from the whole lot, I would say in the rom-com section, it is definitely the Spanish Love Deception. I absolutely loved it. In the other section, you know, I would say Twisted Games. It is absolutely my favorite. Oh yes, about the disclaimer that I was talking about. There is this little disclaimer that I would like to give you guys. It is that by any chance, if domestic violence and abuse hits you or triggers you in any way, then I would really suggest skip It Ends With Us and its sequel, It Starts With Us. That might not be the book for you. You can read other amazing books, but in case these things trigger you, it would be good for you if you avoided these books. That is all I had to say. That is it for today's video, guys. If you guys liked it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel and comment something cute, because that makes my day. And I love you guys. Bye.